What's going on, guys? Welcome to Wired Wednesdays. Today, I am here with, of course, the veteran miner, as usual, hosting on my channel this week. Starting a little bit on time today, a little bit later than usual. 8:30 is a little bit late for us, Dave, I guess, but we know there's people on the West Coast and stuff like that. So, but here, let me switch over to the chat here. What's going on, everyone? We have Steven Cicero, son of Rabich, Chuck Danger, Crypto Frank, what's up? Crypto Craig, The Traveler's Travels, Golden Wolf, Nick Riley, Not James, Turtle Tech, and Automatic Beats. What's up, Automatic Beats? 10 minutes to midnight. A couple people in the chat, some friendly names, friendly faces here with you, Dave. So I guess we'll start with you, Dave, since I'm hosting. How's your last week? And what's new this week? I guess since last Wire.
What's new this week? Making cables, making new cables, different cables. I have some today to show. Maybe a new logo. I don't know. The customers know already. That's for sure.
I see a name there that's under your name that looks kind of like mine a little bit. Do you want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we have some new naming that's going around for branding purposes. And we have new sleeving, heat shrink that's going to go over sleeving. So we have a lot of things going on. I have a lot of things going on. So I'm just trying to, take it little by little and get everything situated. But it's pretty cool. We'll show the wires a little bit for the extension cables that we made for you, actually.
Your favorite customer.
Yeah. What a nightmare. I was trying to get the color for you today. I was like, come on. He's like, Dave, I don't care. I was like,
yeah, no, that's always a question, right? Because you got so many different colors, and it's kind of like, I think I always tell you the same thing every time. It's always like, something that's not bright, even though that's usually what I will get. But yeah, these are kind of just extender cables, really. That's what it is.
Just a simple extension cable.
Yeah. I'm always doing like, weird stuff at Terra. I mean, all of us are, I guess. The whole thing is weird, but been really focused with the AI stuff recently, and we have builds that we're doing for Terra, and I'm kind of expanding my AI side. I've stopped expanding it. I've built a second one that I'm going to be doing some testing with, but that's really what these cables are for. It's kind of like testing these out. Seeing how it works, different setups that work, which setups are problems, and like I guess we all do that at Terra, right? Like me, King, and Mike, and Ben, and Frank. Like we test things and we see what we learn from like what we're doing on our own rigs and everything like that, and we can then apply that knowledge to like Terra's side. So it's kind of a test. So I am eagerly awaiting those cables so that I can test them out and. That's the thing a lot with the cables, you know what I mean? It's like a lot of the builds that we're doing and this whole arena with AI and with mining too. You need like custom cables, you know what I mean? And I think I called you in a frenzy when I was in Melbourne. I'm like, we need this, I need this, we got to test this out, and it's a process. So I know you've been working hard at those. Did you happen to bring one home, or just a picture? I guess we could.
I got a couple of them. You have the picture, but I mean, we could see it live right now, later, whatever you want to do. Doesn't matter to me. I have them here.
Yeah, show them
cables here. So this is extension cable. This is directly for EVGA power supply. It plugs into the power supply right here and the next extension. That's all. So Mike needs an extension cable for whatever he's doing. He was just like, hey, I just need EVGA, 12 inches. That's all I need. I was like, okay. And then here's the new let's see if we can get this.
Can I make yours full? Let's see if I can.
Just put me in the main spotlight. You know what I mean? Let's see if we can get this right here.
No, that's zoomed in a little bit. I think
You guys see that? Should be good. Not sure. Looks good to me, but anyway. So new flag. The flag has a legitimate 8-pin now. So it's a 8-pin. So they're all 8 pins on the flag. And then as you can see, it says GPUcables.com. That's going to be the new name for the company. We're still going to keep the veteranminer.com as well. But let's talk business for a second. So for business, on a business standpoint, if you guys don't know or whatever, it's just, I'm not going to drag this on, but like SEO is key for businesses. Okay. SEO is key for having a YouTube channel for businesses and so forth. Right. So me having the name, the Veteran Miner, I have been building a report. So like my name it's in the like Google Analytics and everything else. And it shows like the Veteran Miner, it'll show cables. You know what I mean? So, but if I start SEOing GPUcables.com, that's going to go through everywhere. It's going to filter out. So anyone that's looking for a computer cable whatsoever, I'm going to be able to be shown up, and I'm going to be shown as the only USA company that makes, cables, that makes computer cables. So putting that out there, the Veteran Miner is not going away. It's just that we're just using different names. That's all. So now we're going to have branding for GPUcables.com. You guys seen other branding? It says TVM cables. I also have TVMcables.com, the veteranminer.com. So I have all these, types of names that I'm just going to play around with. And, I'm going to just utilize what SEO is looking for. That's all. It's that simple. The flag is never going away. I did a lot of work. It took a lot of time and effort to get that flag exactly how I want it with the cables, because that's my business. And of course, the Veteran Miner YouTube channel is not going away either. So the best of two worlds, basically putting it in perspective, it's the best of two worlds. And now the new website that's coming up, I'm building from the scratch, is going to be just amazing, I think, in my opinion. Mike has seen it a little bit. I have some other friends that have seen it a little bit. So you guys might be overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that's going to be available when it comes to colors. Like I said, I think if I'm correct, 20 different options, 20 different colors as of right now, Mike, available for just colors for cables. So, so stay tuned. I'm trying to see if I can launch this next week. I think I was talking to Mike, maybe we'll do a little bit of a giveaway or something like that. We can show the website, but it needs to be right. It's almost there, but it's just a lot needs to be done. So everything that we have on theveteranminer.com, that's not going away. We're going to have on GPUcables.com. There's a lot of names here going on right now, plus more. So, it'd be like a grand opening online website, right? Even though you guys know me and you support me and everything else, but that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do a launch. One more thing. Tonight, I think Mr. Tech Hustler, is coming out with an amazing video that he did at my shop. So I'm going to tell you guys now, it's coming out. Watch it. You guys are going to see a lot of things about my shop that you've never seen before. That's number one. Number two, you're going to see actually from start to finish how I make a KS0 cable. Never seen before. I always show parts and this and that, but we did video takes and how I make the whole cable. Talk about my background, talk about where the company's going, what we're doing. So it's going to be a really, really awesome video, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
I think it's good, especially Tech Hustler, doing it, because it's hard to do. And I kind of can relate to you as well with, products and stuff like that, or the process of doing it, right? Where like for you doing a video, it's like a lot of this stuff is like so simple in your head, right? Like, well, of course I do it this way, or of course I do it this way.
Right.
Of course this comes after this. And it's like, you don't really, answer. I'm not saying like in a negative way, but you leave the audience with a lot of questions, because I do too on the process, right? But someone like Tech Hustler, or someone else really anyone, right, except for you, because you're the expert with the wires, but anyone else kind of has all these questions, and they can video you and ask you those questions, and you can answer those, right? Because the process is so easy and streamlined for you. It's this is like the first time where there's like another, person coming in and doing a video, right? It's interesting, but
I'm laughing at Max Voltage. Did you read that, Mike?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's good to have kind of an outside person coming in and seeing the process and being able to ask the questions that they're curious about.
And able
So
to understand, videography too, right? He was able to do a great video with both of us, together, ask the right questions, and everyone can see the process, because it's kind of hard for me to do a video, right? If I'm just holding a camera, right? You you get a first person view. I'm not able to, I guess, explain correctly, like, you're not seeing my face, right? So like we did all different parts of the process, and he was able to video it, and he was able to make a really good video and put it all together, and I was just very pleased with it. And it's funny at the end too. So like, some things are rehearsed, man. It's a freaking video, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like some things are rehearsed. It's like you go blah blah blah, it doesn't even sound right, and whenever try again, so it was like funny. So like some bloopers in it. And I just think that you guys, if you're interested in my shop, interested in my business, interested in what I do, the KS0 cables, that's the video to see, honestly, hands down.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see it.
So that's about it, really. So that's was working on that because we were talking about that last week, I think, right? That I was doing something with a content creator. So yeah, it's Tech Hustler. And what else? I don't know. I just, like, I'm doing cables and I'm working out, like I'm working 3 different types of business plans right now at the same time. And then Mining Disrupt is right around the corner as well. So it's just like, I'm only one guy, and there's a lot of things going on right now. Expansion possibly and everything else. So it's just like
busy.
Yeah. I'm just curious with the viewers that we have right now. I'm just curious, like, have you guys ever thought about like the 12-pin, connectors? I'm just curious because I'm thinking about starting that venture, right? But I'm not going to mention the type of 12-pin. Mike, I forgot to tell you about this, but there's a special 12-pin that I'm looking to create for the crypto miner. But I don't want to mention it out there because other people are like, oh, I had the idea, whatever. So I'm just going to keep it to myself right now. But, I just think that this special 12-pin that I was discussing with someone else would really, like, no one has made it before. Okay, number one. It's a 12-pin that no one has made before that would work for your 40 series cards, but you're able to utilize it on a whole new level, something that people would have never thought they could use it for.
Okay. Yeah, so, no, we spoke about something, but it might have been, I don't know if we're talking about the same thing.
Totally different. Like, extension is one thing, right? But utilizing on a different platform is going to be huge. But I don't know how many people are interested in 12 pins. Are they interested in a veteran miner making a 12 pin? Are they interested in the veteran miner sourcing out a 12 pin that they'll feel safe to use? Right? It's all these questions, right? You have all these questions. What's the best business plan possible for the community and for myself as a business? Right?
Yeah.
But
light. It's like that's right. There we go.
That's about it right now. Just I'm going and going, and that's about it.
We'll answer some of these questions real quick. Crypto Craig, what is the optimal amount of GPUs for AI for stability? It kind of depends. It kind of depends on what you're building and what you're building it with, right? Like some motherboards and some processors will react differently. We on Terra's compute end, we don't really talk a lot about it. A lot of it's kind of like in-house. We don't host AI anymore. We don't, our data center is kind of for our own baseline compute. But what I can say is, like, it's more the merrier. You know what I mean? The more that you can fit, in my opinion, the better. Those are like basic analytics you can see on like Vast AI. And with that, you're going to want to have more overhead on your motherboard, right? The more GPUs that you have, you're going to want to have more RAM and more cores and more storage as well, right? So a couple of different things to think about with that. But let's see here. It looks like Eatable Zebra is definitely interested. Turtle Tech, I do not have any 12-pin cards, would be cool. And Scott Sheffield, what's up, Scott? He says, I'd be interested if they would get rid of the 12 pin. It feels too delicate to me. It is.
I agree. I agree 100%. I think it's the dumbest thing ever. I mean, I'm looking to make this 12 pin, but I just think it's the dumbest thing ever for them to make this 12 pin. You got 6 power, 6 grounds. That's it. And then they're going to make that into 3 8 pins. Guys, do the math. You're doubling up wires no matter which way you look at it. So what was the reason for that?
I think in my opinion,
it's for the graphics card, right? Because you have like you had two 8 pins max or 3 8 pins max on cards. What was it?
3.
3 8 pins max on the EVGA, right?
Yeah, the heavy 3090s had 3, and some 3080s had it. Yeah,
right. But it's just like, think about, you would think the board itself is getting bigger, right? The boards are getting bigger. The heat sinks are getting huge to cool these boards, to cool the CPU, to cool the RAM, everything, right? What the hell are they gaining by just changing the standard?
In my opinion, after like working really a lot with these things, and just because I was familiar with it, they implemented kind of at the end of the 3000 series, so I had like the and with the Founders Editions cards and everything like that with the 3000 series, but it seems like the new ones are not as delicate, but I think it's more of a wire management type thing. Like I think that the NVIDIA's view is like, okay, the consumer rather have one cable, and then if you have one cable or one pin port that you're putting it into on the GPU or the power supply, there's only one point of failure. You know what I mean? And I don't know how exactly the power works, but I know enough. I don't have the thing here, but it's going to be on my test bench eventually. But it shows, it's like the little adapter that shows how much current is going through each PCIe cable. It fluctuates. So if you have 3 8 pins on there, there's different power going through each. And I feel like if I was looking at it from a company, I'd just be like, okay, those are 3 points of failure. You know what I mean? Whereas if you just have one cable going to a GPU, it is a single point of failure, but it's one cable, right? It's less things that could go wrong. That's at least how I would look at it. But again, after working with these, I don't know if it's like it's just hard to believe that 450 or 600 watts is going through that. It's a lot that's crammed into something small. They are not rigid enough that it's comfortable to have it bend off of the top of it. But maybe that's because I'm so used to just 8 pins, since I've been, 13 making computers, or 14, like working with them. Like I'm so used to like the PCIe cables.
Well, they went with more pins, number one. Number two, they went with a smaller pin. And even though you can still do a 16 gauge wire, they went with a micro pin. I use mini J-Fits. The standard is a mini J-Fit pin. They went with a micro pin. So it's smaller now, but it's a smaller pin that you still could fit a 16 gauge cable on it. So
I get
crazy.
It. And I honestly think it's going to come full circle, right? Like I think eventually you're going to see like 5090s or the TI versions, like the
212 pins.
TI or whatever. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
212.
I think it's going to be the same thing. But it's that each one can carry a little bit more than the past one. But I mean, we don't know. We'll have to see. But I think that they wanted to make a universal one like that, and things like that. But Red Panda Mining is here. What's up, Red Panda? Aren't you out of town right now, Panda? What are you doing on live streams? I know you did the halving. You just made it, but
Panda's a
this thing needs to be a CFO of USA. Yeah, I'll be the Jerome Powell. I'll give everyone the good news. But hope you're doing good, man. Hope you're having fun on vacation too. Hopefully get some SPF 50 on you.
Nice.
Don't want to come back with a sunburn, but
so Son of a Rabbit, he was saying that different sense pins for different power levels. He had 450, 600 watts above, right? That's what they did with the little +4 pin to actually. So if the +4 pin grounds, they hit the ground on the different tiers, you'll get your full wattage. So now that they're not really considering like sense pins on the 12 pin anymore. That's all power now. So now you have a 24 gauge wire now that's incorporated just to daisy chain for your grounds. That's really what it amounts to now. So Yeah, I mean, listen, it is what it is. We're gonna. I have to. The only thing is that I have to buy more machinery because of these 12 pins that are implemented now. That's the only thing. You know.
Yeah.
You know, they started in the 3090s, but it just seems like the 40 series cards need these 12 pins of 12 pins more than the 30 series cards. But I know that people have asked me in the past, hey, can you make these HPV 12 volt high powered cables?
Yeah.
But maybe now is the time. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. We have Gordon Murray. What's up? You can tell this guy's not an engineer. I think you're probably referring to me, Gordon. I am definitely not an engineer. But I am a consumer, right? And those are the ones that the engineers kind of have to work around. But you have Starlink on the cruise, Panda? That's crazy. It's Starlink on, like, you brought Starlink, Panda, or what?
Cruise Wi-Fi, man.
Yeah, I guess why wouldn't a cruise ship implement that, right? But yeah, it's
probably costs like $1 billion to do the cruise ship. So what's a little bit of Wi-Fi?
Oh, the cruise has Starlink. He didn't bring it. Okay, I was like, what? What? You got a balcony room or something? You just put the dish right outside. No one will know. No one will know. Your exhaust fan went out. Yeah, talk about single points of failure. That's, I guess, the single exhaust fan would be a single point of failure, Panda. Yeah, I don't know. The 12 pins, I don't know. They're growing on me, and I know we've had a lot of talks about this recently too, Dave. Where it's kind of like,
lots of
if
talks.
Nvidia is, they've already switched to it, right? Like they're already in too deep. Like it's here to stay, I think. So AMD will. I don't know. Maybe they'll even adopt something similar.
Well, other card makers are adopting that 12 pin as well, though. Other manufacturers are adopting the 12 pin as well. It's not just Nvidia, right? Nvidia they have to abide by a standard. That 12 pin is a standard. It's a new standard, but it's a type of a standard that there's still. If you're not paying attention, you will burn that card. A 3090, a 4090, 40 series, whatever. You have to be careful and make sure it's seated at all times.
Yeah.
It's a lot of user error with these 12 pins right now. That's all.
Yeah, that is one thing I always have to like really look at when I'm doing these AI builds with Terra, is kind of just like it has to be seated perfectly. I definitely take an extra like 20 seconds to sit there, just because you can't really see, the pins are so small on it that you have to like really look. You know what I mean? It got blurry for a second, but yeah, it's they do stick in usually now. I know that there's been a couple of revisions of them, but it is hard to believe that 600 watts is going to be going through something like that, right? I mean, that's a lot of especially when you touch a KSO and feel how hot that is. You know what I mean?
Oh, like, my god!
Just imagining 600 watts go through that 6 pin is just it's crazy. It's just nuts. What's up, Mining Kiing? Hard to mine to what Panda's mining since it's farming. Yeah. Now we don't know what to mine. Not James. Panda has backpack mounted Starlink. He goes everywhere with. Yeah, they have like the RV ones now and stuff like that. It's pretty neat. 10 minutes to midnight. Veterans video on ASIC repair was cool. So much thermal paste it looked like you were splitting open a cream cheese bagel.
Yeah, that was the customers. You know what? I mean, I guess it could kind of be bad if you put a little too much on there, but listen, it wasn't overheating, right? At the end of the day. So, I mean, yeah, it was had to clean it all up and everything else. So, I thought that was a really cool video. I enjoyed doing that video, Yeah. So,
which
I
ASIC
appreciate
was it? Was it a KSO?
Oh, yeah, it was KS0.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, because
it was fun.
I didn't know if you did another one of the that, but they use a lot of thermal paste, right?
Yeah, I mean, the customer did, because the customer opened it already.
Oh, he did it. Okay.
Yeah, the customer opened it already, and what was going on is that I needed to replace the barrel connector. And instead of replacing the barrel connector, I put a 6 pin on there. Not a true 6 pin, so don't comment me on there. It's like, no, it's 6-pin, it's 2-pin, whatever. It's a 6-pin that you utilize 2 pins, but it's still a 6-pin connector.
Yeah.
But,
this light is making me look blue. Why is it blue? It's like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just like keep staring at my face. Is like half blue. There's no blue light in this room, but
I see the blue. It's coming from your screen.
Yeah. It is. I think it might be coming from maybe because I have you like up big. You know what I mean?
It's my screen.
I think it's from your background. Yeah. What is up, Crypto Frank? Long time no talk. Hope you're doing well. The Traveler's Travel has a question for you, Dave. Veteran Miner, you may have not answered this last week, but any chance of a Type-C plug for 140 watts or more for those Canaan Avalon Nano 3 Bitcoin ASICs?
Type-C plug, is it a barrel connector? Or it's a USB-C?
Like USB-C, maybe? Yeah.
I think it's USB-C.
Can those carry 140 watts?
I'm not
brave
sure.
Enough.
I mean, anything could carry anything these days. I mean, there will be manufacturers that'll make anything and just let it go. I'm not sure. Yeah, USB-C is just too small. I can't just I can't get into that right now at this point in time. It's just like it's more tooling and everything else to do USB-C.
Yeah.
I mean, I could possibly. I mean, I don't even think you're supposed to even put that much watts through there, man.
USB-C.
Yeah. The cable, it must be at a low amperage though. It doesn't matter of like the watts. If you have it on like a really low amperage, it's nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah,
140.
not at this moment in time.
Yeah. Yeah, Retro Mike just said 140 watt USB-C. And this thing's face is blue. I just switched screens, so I think that helped a little bit. I was looking at everything in my room. I'm like, I changed the bulb thing, did everything. But USB Type-C, they sell 140 watt PSU with it, but they're having supply issues with PSUs. Interesting. Retro Mike does need 20 of them. Yeah.
Echo, turn office light to red.
Oops. Should I try it now? Here, let me flip a screen.
Turn office light off. Echo,
it might just be my screen.
Echo, turn lamp to red. Is that better?
No.
I just put my back in. I'm talking to.
I'll figure it out at a different time.
I'm talking in the background over there. Did you hear me when I was talking in the background? I muted it, but I don't know if it muted or not.
Yeah. But that's crazy. 140 watts. That's nuts. Retro Mike.
I know Retro Mike has been asking me for like 2 years now about USB-C cables.
Yeah. Apple uses USB-C to charge their laptops, and I believe also power their Mac Minis. Yeah, I could charge my MacBook Pro with a USB-C. It just takes forever. And like if I'm using it, it's almost like
low amperage though. You guys got to understand, like when it comes to like the cable is small as hell. So 140 watts at how many volts? You have 120 to like how many volts that's doing 140 watts. Like just simple as Ohm's law. It's not going to be like 5 volts.
I don't know, dude.
But that's not all the connectors, Retro Mike, right? You have a 5 volt and a ground. You're only using 2 from the USB-C. I don't know, but I mean, if I get cables that are thick enough, I would feel better. But I would like to, me, I like to make things from scratch. So
yeah.
240 watts at 2836 48 volts, 5 amps. 4-wire. What's the 4-wire though? Isn't it lower voltage? Different voltages? I was curious. I'm talking to chat over here, Mike. The last one, 4-wire. A little bit more information.
Wait, Scott Sheffield saying USB PD 3.1 allows for 240 watts, 5 amps. That's wild.
Yeah, but look at the voltage though.
Yeah.
Mike, the higher the voltage, the lower the amperage.
Yeah, but it's still watts, right? It's the same amount of heat, or is that
no? The higher the voltage, the lower the amperage that's used.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but isn't it the same amount of heat that it's the same amount of power, right? regardless, like the same end wattage.
Well, it's amperage.
Mm-hmm.
It's amps that's coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let me see. Pricing and individual sleeving for PC enthusiasts. Mining Kiing. I might do individual sleeving. I might sell individual sleeving. I'm not sure.
Let me open this up real quick.
What a Panda say. Check out this out.
My face is going to be blue for a little bit. Here, here. Let me open this up.
Why? I changed my background color.
Present, share. Here we go. HP2 460 watt PSU Avalon Nano 3. Oh, those are all USB-Cs. Okay.
Yeah, but that's just 12 volts, though. That's not 5 volts. They just converted it USB-Cs to 12 volts. No. Retro Mike, the phones aren't 12 volts, though, right? Unless they did the 5 volt. There's 5 volts on the power supplies, too. Some power supplies will give you a 5 volt signal. I'm curious. That's sketchy as shit, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
wouldn't
want
mind
to say
selling something like that.
I would not leave that unattended.
That. Put my sticker right on it. I made it.
Yeah,
you guys
this
buy
would be
it, right?
a supervised test here.
I like it.
Yeah, this looks like TSA would arrest you if you were trying to board a plane with it. It looks super sketchy.
Conventional USB-C is 5 volts standard. Okay, but you need 5 volts, right, Metro Mike? If you put 12 volts on there, it'll blow up. Correct? I was curious.
I'm just.
I love that, Mike.
I'm more impressed.
Can you save that for
anything, me? Honestly. Let's see what it says. Does it say anything about additional information?
They're selling that? No.
Yeah, it's 110. Was it pounds or?
Are they selling it like that? No way.
Here's the description for it.
Okay, what is it?
Reliable and efficient power solution engineered with advanced technology and built to the highest standards. Okay,
that's not.
I am all for descriptive things. I'm all for using the best words and the biggest words. But I'm sorry, I need more coffee tonight. But that is quite the explanation for this.
That's fucking great. Hey, you guys will buy my wires. They look like that. I'm just gonna tape them, man. Electrical tape. It goes far, man.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Engineered advanced
the Nano 3.
That is.
Are you guys telling me that I should make this? Because I mean, I can make it correctly.
Yeah, this is a Mining Kiing ChatGPT so hard. Yeah, I agree. Someone definitely put this is creative.
Does the Nano 3 12 volts though, or 5 volts, guys? The Nano 3 is 12 volt. I can
here. It has the stats here
because I could turn on I just want to let you guys know. I used to. I don't know if you have the picture. I used to convert before I knew this. This is in 20 freaking. I don't know, 17 or something or 16. I don't remember the time frame. Somewhere around there. I used to convert power supplies for RC car racing. Not like that though. I have legitimate RC car power supplies that you needed 12 volts so you can dissipate and charge your batteries, but nothing like that, man. It's
yeah, that's why Panda's saying to please make one, because this is suspicious.
We'll see if Avalon will sponsor me and give me a Nano 3.
That's crazy.
And then I'll make it all nice. I'll put a sticker though on the duct tape, okay, guys?
Yeah.
I'll put my sticker, stamp of approval. Here you go, for $110, bro. Why is there so? What's the total? Why is this so much watts? Why are they doing 910 watts? I don't understand I don't get it. How many watts is a Nano thing? Isn't it 100 watts?
It says
how many plugs are on there?
The rated input power, but it says rated steady state power is if it's 120 volt to 460, so 920 watts is what this thing can do. Jesus, I guess. Dude. I kind of want to try it now. That's crazy.
Okay,
I'm
so this is
surprised it's
just for the
sale.
nano thing. I think you should buy it, Mike, so I could see it.
The nano thing. Oh, this. Yeah, I've seen this. Okay.
So that's USB-C,
Mm-hmm.
and people want to use. What's the point of like, unless they bought a shit ton of these, right? They just bought like 1,000 of them or something. I don't know.
I mean, these are 140 watts. So so this is two 460 watt PSUs. Okay, I was reading it wrong because I was just amazed.
Well, that's what I was saying. So
craftsmanship.
why was it 920 watts?
No, I'm saying
It's a
there's
weird
1, 2,
number.
3, 4, 5. So what? This powers 6 of those? Is that what this is?
I don't know, dude. But I can make them. Panda, who do I contact to get one of these things? Because I can make. See, what I would personally do is I know how to turn on server power supplies without a breakout board. I used to do it. So, I mean.
Yeah. Retro Mike is saying, Dave, if you do make it, make sure to put a disclaimer up not to use it in phones or anything that is in 12 volts. Dave, I'll just give you a word of advice. Don't ever make this, or if it looks like this, you know what I mean?
No, it definitely won't look like that, but I'll have to find cables that are like worthy of
This looks like
for my soldering, for me to solder them on, right? But
yeah.
if it can handle, I have to find out the ratings and stuff like that to make sure the wire can handle it. But that's intriguing though. I want to do it. I want to see. Wait, it says the site that the input voltage is 28 volts. What do you mean input voltage? How do you get 28 volts as an input voltage? It's 120 or 240. Huh? Well, we just went on
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's crazy. That's a little bit. I think I would go with just regular like high-end USB-C, adapters to like 120 or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess if you want to consolidate it all down, but
listen, I love making things. You guys should know that by now. I don't know what the website. Let's just saying that's what the website says. I love making things. So if it makes sense, and you guys need something that doesn't have duct tape around it, I'm your guy.
Well, you can sell different color duct tape, right? You can match the wire sheathing with the duct tape. Yeah, you wrap up the server power supplies with it. That's crazy. King saying, do they sell fire extinguishers as well? Yeah, they should just sell one of those little fire bomb things, that pop if it's too hot. Just like leave it right on top. That's wild. That's
crazy. So he's saying check the PSU that they ship with the unit. They might be outputting 28 volts via USB-C. So you definitely don't want to power it up at 12 volts. If it's looking for 28 volts, that's what it needs. And that means that...
This is the charger, I guess, that they sell with it.
I don't know. It's crazy. There's some crazy stuff out there. But,
yeah.
I don't know. I want to get one of those nano things. They're pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
They seem like they make sense to have some fun. You could actually mine on it though, Mike. It's not one of those
there it is.
It's not one of those like the lottery thing. Like you can mine on it and make like whatever, a couple cents a day or something.
Yeah, I think it said like 30 cents a day or something.
Yeah, but like 30 cents a day regardless, it's something. You know what I mean? It's not like you set it and forget it and maybe one day you might be a freaking millionaire or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hitting a block. Like that's I don't know.
I mean, it looks cool. It's just it's this that's just very concerning.
I want to buy that too, though. It's very intriguing. For 109 pounds, fucking, I'm there. How many are available? I want them all.
I think was this euro? I think it's euro. Yeah.
32 people are looking at it right now. It's saying. I think everybody in our live chat is staring at this. The tape looks like a great tape job.
I'm just impressed they even sell it. I'm impressed. That's just like screams liability all over it.
I'll ask him if they want to resell my cables.
Yeah, that's wild. I guess there's a need though, right? That's what's nuts.
I guess. Crazy.
King is saying you can get an S1995 terahash for $380 on Dreams Discord. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, they put brains on it. Yeah, King, it's not a bad idea. It's efficient. Dave, I want you to know I've spent $100 on USB-C cables. If I only had a cable guy. Yeah,
I feel bad, Retro Mike. He's been asking me for years. I just don't know. He's busy. I'm busy, right? And it's just like I'm like, well, he has to send me stuff so I can like test it out to see if shit's gonna go on fire. You know, that's one thing. You know, Retro Mike's farm goes on fire because a veteran miner didn't make a cable right. You know, we don't want that to happen. So it's a lot of testing when it comes to his, you know, his farm. He's got a lot of money invested in that stuff. So Retro Mike, you got to send me some stuff to see what we can work out.
That's nuts. Just nuts.
I can't believe that shit was sale. I thought it was a joke. It's like legit. But
that's crazy. Just crazy. Here, I was going to bring up also. I was just going to bring up this chart while we're talking and chatting here. I already put it in dark mode so people will survive. But
can't even see it now. I'm just kidding.
It is kind of like a weird.
It's pretty dark. It's actually
I wanted
really
to.
Weird.
This is not the best website for it, but all the other websites don't really show both at the same time, like
what
the
is
hash
this?
rate and the price. It's the Bitcoin network hash rate versus the price and stuff like that. I figured we'd just leave it up while we're chatting.
Were you intrigued? I was having this conversation earlier. Were you intrigued that after the halving, right? Let's talk about it really quick. In my on my side. After the halving, a little bit later, the hash rate went higher, all record high, after the halving, and then dropped down, obviously. But like, what the hell is all that about? Why did it go higher?
Well, I think like during the halving and right after the halving, there was just more activity for like. I'm not the guy to talk to, like the other guy said. I'm not an engineer with this, but there was a lot more activity, and it was a lot more profit that was miners were making from it. So I think there's a lot of like, you know, a lot of these miners and a lot of these big farms, I think, are just on automated systems that will, you know, calculate the profit and you know, switch between different modes. I'm sure these massive ones in Texas are doing stuff like that. So I think that they were probably following that, right? Because it was really profitable. For a while, I'm not sure.
The hash rate went up though, Mike. The hash rate went up after the halving. All-time high.
Well, I think some low power modes are probably getting switched to regular modes or high power modes or something to take advantage of the situation, right? That's my opinion on it, because you can see kind of the spike right there too. You know what I mean, right here. And then it dropped, but you know, I know we've spoken about it a million times, but this is the first time where the Bitcoin hit an all-time high before like a halving, right? Like again. And so the profitability was also, it was also there. It's not like miners are turning off because it's just completely unprofitable, right? Where a lot of these other halvings, that's what happened. Overnight, everything was, you know, almost cut in half, and a lot of these miners had to turn off. You know, I always kind of tell the same story. You know, when the S9 came out, me and my buddy bought it, and it was making $40 a day, doing great. Like, this thing was amazing. And then I think it was 13.5 terahash. I think that's the model we got. And we sold it. And then after that halving, it's just lost money. It lost like, you know, I think, what was it, like $3 a day or something? Because the wattage on those were also under 2,000 watts. So it wasn't. It was making. It was losing money every single day. Yeah, and that's because, you know, it took months for Bitcoin to rally kind of after that. So this is a little bit different, right? Like, a lot of people with Bitcoin miners, like, they didn't get completely shafted like they did in prior halvings. And I wouldn't even say shafted. I mean, they did get shafted in prior halvings, but for this halving, I think they were positioned fairly well. So. The Traveler's Travels. First blocks after halving are used to mint NFT-like things. Yeah, I think it's kind of just, isn't it just like one of those things just to say, hey, I got it on this block. You know what I mean? Like, it's you kind of want it reserved on that block. So, Crypto Craig. Dakar Tech, what's up, man? Crypto Craig, GPURisers. We had a weird spike from 600 exahash to 800, then back down to 600, not back to 761. Crazy moves. We had some blocks over an hour today. Yeah, it's weird. It's strange, right? Like there's no reason for spikes like that, like huge network spikes. But again, like during halvings, right before it, during, and right after, it's so unpredictable. You know what I mean? Like everything is unpredictable. The price of Bitcoin, the financials, that whole side of it, but also the mining side, the difficulty side. That's why I've said it before. Just whatever you're doing, whether you're trading it, mining it, doing whatever, just relax for a little bit. Don't act on anything crazy because there will be massive swings. Let's see here. But it is interesting, Crypto Craig. Retro Mike Visting, what are your thoughts on via BTC auctioning off the Epic SAT from the golden block instead of sending it to the miner that submitted the block solution? For me, I'll never use via BTC again. I didn't hear the whole story about it, but I kind of get the gist of it. And I agree with you, Retro Mike. It's not like a show, right? It's miners are there to be able to do this, and they should be getting a cut of that. And everything. It should be going to, whether it was a group or a single person or a single entity or whatever it is, that address that did it should have got it. So yeah, that's super weird that they have, pools have control over that and they can do it. I think, some of these other pools, I don't know the right term for it, but I don't want to say decentralized, but like Ocean. I know Jack Dorsey did Ocean. Retro Mike, I'd like to know what your thoughts are actually on Ocean, the mining pool. But seeing pools like that are, not really, they're not like controlled by an entity. I know Ocean is controlled by an entity. I need more coffee today. I'm sorry, guys, but it's an automated system that just does it, right? There's no, single person or single entity that's controlling it. Yeah, Mining Kiing is saying pools have more control than you think. Yeah, he's made them, so King knows. But yeah, it's just people. I mean, why ruin your reputation over something like that? You know what I mean? I don't understand what they were thinking because they've been around for a long time too. Yeah, I think Crypto Craig says it's shitty. Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. But yeah, New England crypto, what's up, man? It is awful. It's crazy. Some heaters up in North in Canada. Yeah, it's getting hot in Florida here. It's I was always jealous, like during winter and stuff like that, of people like, oh, I'm heating my home with my miners and everything like that. I used to have them like all around, before hosting and everything like that, and just sitting there sweating
all year round.
Yeah. When you make too much money, you're just lucky. You're suspicious. Yeah. Red flags, right? Retro Mike, F2 pool is the best solution, but not too many people use it for the large chains. Yeah. Oh, P2 pool. I thought you said I read it as F2 pool. P2 pool, huh? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's pools. Yeah, I guess there's no other way to say it, right? Like the pools are, they come and go, and it's good not to get like attached to any one, right? Like it's good to just jump around. Whatever serves you the best, right? Like is kind of like my view on it. And with mining Ethereum, it was always, I had Nano Pool for a while, and then that got kind of weird, and then Nice Hash had its issues, and I kind of landed on Ethermine. I know that was the largest one, but probably more centralized than all the others, but yeah, seeing what via BTC did is kind of, it just shows what it is, right? Like what can happen. But seeing an organization actually do it is kind of just crazy. I'm sure they'll come out with like something publicly later on, like and try to remedy the situation.
We're so sorry.
Yeah, we're sorry.
We're sorry.
We didn't mean to do this. You know what I mean?
But we did anyway.
Yeah. Pools can have different fees than advertised, and its config JSON file. Woolly Pool and other pools have been caught. Yeah. And dev fees, right? Like people with for the mining programs can do the same thing. But yeah, pools can do that as well. It's crazy. DJ Mines, what's up, man? Geek of all trades, what's up, man? Yeah, a couple of people here coming in, but yeah, I don't know. It's seeing this halving, it's like super optimistic, right? And being on like the hosting side of it with Terra, you know, people aren't really as afraid as they were in the prior halvings, right? Like I feel like, you know, looking at like the, you know, fear of greed indexes and everything like that associated with there's the camera blurring out. Associated with crypto as a whole, like halvings were always like scary events. You know what I mean? It was always like terrifying. Like, oh man, like, you know, your miners are going to go offline. It's not going to be profitable, and it created just volatility, right? And with the volatility, created just irrational trading, which, you know, caused a bunch of, you know, dips and everything like that. And a lot of people ate shit, you know what I mean, during halvings. Whereas this halving was probably the most relaxed that I've experienced. I did the one in 2016, 2017, and then did the one in 2020, 2021. Like, I don't remember the exact dates of these things, but the last two prior to this, and it was always like kind of terrifying, right? And as a GPU miner, it was kind of terrifying as well, because it wasn't like it. I feel like it hasn't been established enough in that many times to be like, okay, you know, to be able to say, okay, this many months after a halving, Bitcoin's going to skyrocket and it's going to bring all the altcoins with it, and profitability will come up and everything like that. There was the history wasn't built there. Does that make sense? Like the credit score of Bitcoin halvings was not like there. So it was always like this uncertainty, and there were less and less people involved with it. So it's like your information that you're getting is not like, you know, on CNBC or anything like that, or, you know, Bloomberg or anything like that. And this halving also has a lot of the, you know, there's a lot of wealth management and like hedge funds and the ETFs, you know, that came with it. There's like institutional money that's involved with it this time. So it gives it more of a, I know I'm kind of ranting about it, but it was just more calm. Like when I was watching the halving go on, I had DJ had a stream. I was watching him. And then Panda was having a stream, and it was like, it was just, I don't know, it was exciting to watch. You know, I know I'm kind of ranting about it, but all the other times it was like you were sweating bullets. You know what I mean? Like, I just bought these GPUs. You know, Bitcoin's going to have all this volatility, and then when Bitcoin goes down, Ethereum will go down, and when Ethereum goes down, all the other altcoins are going to go down, and none of this shit that I bought's going to be making anything. It was always like so stressful. It was literally always that every single halving. You know what I mean? Every single time. And this was just a lot. This was fun seeing. And then also you can see the chart here. You know, that's kind of why I brought it up. Like the price, you know, being correlated to the network difficulty and everything like that.
Right.
Usually the price is under, you know, the network difficulty. It went up prior, but now it's back under, which for me shows stability, right? It shows like, you know, that it's more adopted, I guess is the right way to put it. So,
well, of course, it's more adopted. It's just like, this is a different halving that you have ever seen before now, right? So the next halving, now you're able to, whatever happens, okay, within the next 4 years, you're going to have a better, I think in my opinion, a better benchmark for like, because it's going to be, you're going to be able to compare the two, because this is the first time this happened with everything that's going on with Bitcoin, with, you know, new things that are involved with Bitcoin, right? So now this is going to be a proven map for the 4 years to find out what's going to happen next. Was it 4 years? 5 years?
Every 4 years,
4 years, yeah. So like, so we're going to be able to, I guess, have a better gauge, right? So let's get this bull run and, like, you know, see how it goes, right?
Yeah. That's why it's like, you know, like I said, it gets easier and easier every halving, because every halving is 4 years, and it just gets that much more comfortable, that much more adopted, and everything like that. So it's just I don't know how else to say it. I know I don't want to keep talking about it.
Though. I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's just like, why not talk about it? This is something that's really exciting right now, because we're not like, oh shit, we just spent like, you know, tens of thousands of dollars on GPUs, and what the F are we gonna do now? You know, it was like we did take a step back when we knew we needed to take a step back, right? And we're just looking for the next best thing. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There are so many other things that are going on too in the crypto world, like Flux, what they're doing, what they're trying to accomplish and bring to the community, just like other altcoins too, bro. It's just crazy. Other altcoins are like, oh, this one did this one did that. Like it's nuts. It's like,
yeah, it is.
Everybody is dabbling into a little bit of everything, right? From ASIC mining to a little bit of GPU mining, and we're just all learning as we go right now. It's still a learning curve, you know?
Yeah.
And I just do whatever Panda does, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Just do what Panda does. You're good to go.
Retro Mike is saying maybe they will distribute the funds from the sale to the miner, but who knows? It's totally sketched. They started the bidding for that sat.
They should. I mean, that's.
Even if they did, it's the credibility is already like they shouldn't even have the choice to do it. You know what I mean? So it's
already ruined. They already made a mistake.
It's like another slap in the face. Even if they might as well just keep it. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, because it's another slap in the face if they do that. Because it's like, oh, you're so generous. You know what I mean? Like it's just, you know, that's at least that's how I feel about it. But. Geek of all trades, veteran miner, are you going to disrupt? Yeah. You're going, right? Yeah,
I'm going.
So yeah, that's Turtle Tech. I just noticed Vistang has a plant in the corner like Hawk. Yeah, my plant's bigger though. God, Sheffield. I want an office like these guys. Mine looks like a hurricane came through. My office up until, Scott, I think you've been watching the live streams, right? I think my office up until 2 months ago was just like this. It cut off right here, and it was just a white wall, just nothing. You know what I mean? I think like within the course of 2 weeks, I built another desk. This is like an IKEA kitchen countertop desk. It's the same thing as this, just longer, thinner. And then I got the lights, and I got my Vistang neon sign, which I like.
You really do like that sign. You should just like hang it up by the tree.
I'm gonna figure something out for it. Right now it's kind of just dangling in the window thing, but I am gonna do something with it, or I'm gonna change camera angles. I like this camera angle though. Like I know I'm not like staring directly at the camera, but I like the angle. Yeah, it allows me to have all my crap back there. You know what I mean? That's the big thing. Like I don't want all my shit like behind me. You know what I mean? I know because like you have a couch behind you and stuff, but you also have your desk to your left, right? Like you have. Yeah, like to your you have your
my
stuff.
Desk here. I have a 94-inch desk.
Yeah.
Here, and then I have another. Jesus, I don't know. 6-foot desk.
I'm always messing with stuff right here, so it's like I don't want to just put it behind me just for the camera. You know what I mean? But I also
set up the back. I set up my back, as a
but my back is you have actual room. Like if I put a sofa behind me, it's gonna be like. I'm not going to be able to pull my chair out. You know what I mean? Like,
nice. So you're telling me that you have an option of actually having a sofa to sit down and do a live stream? You know how far back that thing is? I got to go back there. It's just a whole room. I wish I could sit
that's what I'm saying. This room is, I could put a sofa there, but the camera angle is just not going to, yours looks better. Your room is like deeper. You know what I mean?
She said.
But yeah, enough about the thing. Let's just put our 4090s on Pigeon. Yeah, we could.
Enough about the rooms. Enough
I
about
have
the backgrounds.
a couple more coming this week. I'm at 20. What am I at? 28 4090s, I think, or 29 4090s, somewhere around there.
Sheffield. I have a 6-foot plastic folding table next to me. Hey.
Yeah, I actually did for the longest time. I'm serious. Like up until like 3 weeks ago, I had one right behind me. It was a plastic thing that had all this crap on it because I didn't have a desk. But Geek of all trades, GPURisers, we don't need to know who has a bigger bush. Yeah, we'll do a live stream for that. Me and Mike will get on a live stream. We'll both be banned.
What the hell's going on? Yeah. So when we start to talk about all this random shit, basically the live stream is just we're about to wrap up. We're about to wrap it up.
That's what we can do. We can do a live stream just for doing the remodeling of our
backgrounds.
Room. Yeah,
I think this one came out really nice. I put a lot of effort in getting the picture, but the only thing that I don't like about it is just, I would like it to you could see it a little bit more,
Yeah,
because you got the lights and everything else, and you just don't want like just white lights in the background. It just looks stupid. But I don't know. Yeah. We're all learning, I guess, little by little.
Yeah, that's the big thing. But Other than that, no, I feel like all the crypto talk was like huge last week. It was because of the halving, you know what I mean? But
Right.
and everything going on with that. But now it's kind of just calm. I like it. I like the feeling. It's like easy. I kind of found myself this week like not looking at crypto prices at all. And before I would be like looking at it all the time, right? Like, and then I know I brought it up earlier, but like this sense of like, high, like a lot of fear in the markets, a lot of fear in, for miners and all this kind of stuff. But now it's kind of just like, oh, like it's fine. You know what I mean? Like it's not as bad as we thought. So it's nice to see, but hopefully there'll be more news and stuff going on. I'm sure the news will swing back to like Ethereum ETFs and everything like that, trying to, boost prices here. But it is nice to see things kind of just settled and relaxed. Don't get me started 10 minutes to midnight. I see it already. The national average price for bananas is 62 cents per pound. It's too high. It's too high. I know.
Hey, you know what's too high too? I was cutting lettuce yesterday. The amount of lettuce I had.
Is it arugula or is it?
No, lettuce. Fuck the arugula.
Oh, lettuce.
The lettuce, right? So we got small little head of lettuce. It was expensive as shit, and it was like so small. I was very upset about that. So I think it's lettuce now, not bananas. Yeah.
It's
only bananas anyway. It's everything, man.
Yeah. I like I said, I know I said it last stream, but I will make a chart with it. Everything is
the banana crazy. Chart. You guys
at least
first.
The markets are kind of going with it, right? Like at least it would be we would all be shafted if the markets are like staying the same and the bananas are going up in price still. You know what I mean? It's Aces Crypto and Mining. What's up, man? Or Arcs Crypto Mining. Lettuce doesn't last, so it makes it even worse. I know. It's just like once you cut it, that's it. Fun fact, because I have a background in culinary too, a lot of things. But anyway. You know that if you use a metal knife, that's what the lettuce turns, right? Because of the metal. So you're supposed to use a special knife to cut it. Did you know that? I just use my hands. Yeah, no, I didn't know that, but that is
actually like chefs. They would use their hands to cut it, to pull it apart, because the knife will make the lettuce like turn color.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have acrylic knives that you can use to cut, so it doesn't make the lettuce turn color. Fun fact. Look it up. I just made that up. Does it sound good?
Yeah. Shafted spreadsheets. That's what I'll do. I'll start a segment. It'll be Sunday's shafted spreadsheets about all the prices of everything going up, and arugula is down 10%.
Good.
That's good, Dave. You're gonna have to switch to arugula now. Yeah.
Oh, but it goes to zero. Make arugula coin.
Yeah, but it's here's Max. What's up, Max? I saw you earlier in the chat too. A package of lettuce seeds costs $1, and you can grow it indoors and outdoors as much as you want. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, everything costs. A package of seeds costs $1 for everything. It's just a matter of you want to put it into work. Yeah, it'd be the best lettuce you ever had. Grow it from home.
Yeah,
that's true.
Interesting. But before we get started on all of that, I think we are going to wrap it up here. I know we started a little bit late. So now
you guys got your information about vegetables today. You're welcome. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know this either, though. And not James is saying lettuce knives were plastic. So he was wondering why lettuce knives were plastic. So we all learned something today.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the metal makes it. I forgot the term, but it makes it welt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wilt. You don't like wilted
lettuce. Arugula or lettuce.
Or really. You don't like anything wilted. But
yeah, we're done. Okay.
But all right, guys. On the wilted arugula talk. We will see you guys next Wednesday on Dave's channel, and I'm going to drink a bunch of coffee before that and be much more awake. So I am
exhausted. Try to start early because I feel funny right now because I usually go to sleep at like 8:30.
Yeah.
But I'm up at 5:30 in the morning, 6 every single day, no matter what.
Yeah.
So, but I appreciate
all right, guys.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week, and we'll see you guys on some other live streams and stuff. We'll be commenting and stuff. But hope everyone has a great rest of their week, and take it easy, guys. We'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Appreciate you guys. Later.